Welcome to today's explainer. If you're a parent or guardian gearing up for the new school year, morning drop-offs and afternoon pickups can honestly feel a bit like navigating a high-stakes obstacle course. Usually while someone is frantically searching for a missing left shoe, right? But it absolutely doesn't have to be that way. Okay, let's dive into this essential guide. It's designed specifically to ensure student safety and to create a completely stress-free morning routine for you and your family.
To make that happen, we've got a great roadmap today. We'll systematically walk through the day's timeline, branching into the very specific procedures for the morning car line versus the walk-up families. Then we'll cover the tardy protocol, afternoon pickup, and the keys to a smooth year, so everyone knows exactly what to do.
Section 1. Morning car line drop-off. So the crucial point is getting our morning routine kicked off properly, focusing first on families using the designated car line.
To keep traffic flowing, and most importantly, to keep all of the kids safe, there is a strict separation between drop-off locations. Higdon Road is strictly for the car line drop-off. I want to emphasize this super strongly. You absolutely cannot park in the Higdon Road lot to walk your child in. If you plan to walk your student in, you must use the Barclay Bridge parking lot, which is strictly for walk-ups. Keeping these two zones totally separate is step one to a smooth morning commute.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how tight and precise this morning window actually is. Let's mentally lock this schedule in. The car line opens right at 7:10 a.m. If your student needs breakfast in the cafeteria, they have to arrive before the 7:25 a.m. cutoff. At 7:30 a.m., classrooms officially open and walk-ups can begin. And finally, that tardy bell rings at exactly 7:40 a.m. Oh, and a quick note for the early birds arriving right at 7:10, those early arrivals will head directly to the gym to wait safely until classrooms open at 7:30.
While you're moving through that morning car line off of Higdon Road, remember, it's just a single lane of traffic. So, picture this. You're in that single lane, inching forward. This is the absolute perfect time to make sure backpacks are zipped, lunchboxes are in hand, and you give those big morning hugs. You want all goodbyes completely finished before your car actually stops. When you're directed to pull forward to the furthest empty numbered space, your kiddos should be ready to immediately hop out. And please, they must exit on the passenger side of the car only.
Section 2. Walk-ups and breakfast. Let's transition over to the Barclay Bridge lot commuters to detail the rules for morning walk-ups.
For those of you utilizing the walk-up option, your protocol starts promptly at 7:30 a.m. You'll walk your students to the front of the building to enter. If your child needs breakfast, they can pick up a quick grab-and-go meal right in their common area. Parents, we're asking you to escort them all the way to the island in the learning curve, and remember, there is absolutely no car line in this area. None whatsoever. Walk-ups only. Now, there is one special exception. On the very first day of school only, these walk-up doors will open early at 7:15 a.m. to help everyone get settled.
Section 3. Tardy protocol. Look, we all know mornings can be completely chaotic, so let's pivot to what happens if the schedule slips and you're running a bit behind.
Missing an alarm or misplacing a backpack happens to the absolute best of us. So what if you arrive after 7:40 a.m.? Well, that tardy bell is a hard deadline. If that bell rings and your student isn't inside, the drop-off procedures we just covered immediately change.
If you find yourself in this situation, you must abandon the Higdon Road car line entirely. Don't even try to drop them off there. Instead, pull all the way around to the Barclay Bridge Road entrance, park, and physically walk your child into the front office to check them in.
Section 4. Afternoon pickup procedures. Let's fast forward to the end of the school day, where the car line on Higdon Road changes quite drastically. And this brilliantly illustrates the shift in strategy. While the morning car line uses only a single lane of traffic, the afternoon car line utilizes two alternating lanes. This doubled-up two-lane efficiency is absolutely necessary to clear out the campus safely and quickly during dismissal.
Because we have two lanes, this moves incredibly fast. So let's break it down. Step 1. Stop your vehicle at the cones. Step 2. Have your Kid Account app open and immediately ready to scan. Step 3. A staff member will motion you to pull forward to the furthest empty numbered spot, and your student will be called right to you. And finally, Step 4. Wait for a staff member to motion for you to pull forward to leave. Alternating these lanes ensures total safety while keeping the whole thing moving at a highly efficient clip.
Section 5. Keys to a smooth year. Let's move to and see how this builds from daily logistics into the core requirements needed from every single parent.
Here is your biggest piece of homework. It is a mandatory action. Download the Kid Account app before school starts. Having this app ready to scan, combined with paying close attention to staff directions, is literally the absolute bedrock of this entire system.
Now, I want to slow down for just a second here. This is a quote directly from the administration. Please have patience and grace as we navigate through this new process. Any new system takes a little bit of time for everyone to learn. There might be a few hiccups in the first week as hundreds of families adjust, so they are making a heartfelt request for teamwork. Your patience and your grace are just as important as knowing which lane to drive in.
So, let's leave you with this. With these steps mastered, how much extra time will this streamlined process save your family every single day? By separating the walk-ups, getting goodbyes done early, and having that app ready, you aren't just following rules. You are buying back precious minutes of your life. You're fully prepared for a highly efficient year. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and here's to an incredible, safe, and super smooth school year.